Hello friends, I am Vagiri Preeti, student of K.T. Patel College of Pharmacy, Usmanabad, studying in B.Pharm 3rd year. Today we are discuss about the topic of Code of Pharmaceutical Ethics. So let's start. Definition. Ethics, it means moral principle. It is science of moral duty or rule by which a profession regulates action and sets standard for all its members. Second, pharmaceutical ethics. The ethics in relation to pharmacy profession is called pharmaceutical ethics. Third, law. Law is defined as the rule of human conduct binding to all persons in a state or nation. Next, Code of Pharmaceutical Ethics. The Code of Pharmaceutical Ethics ID formulated by PCI for the guidance of Indian pharmacists. The Code of Pharmaceutical Ethics helps to guide the pharmacist as to how he should conduct himself in relation to first, his job, second, his trade, third, his profession, and fourth is the medical profession. Next is the difference between law and ethics. Rule of human conduct binding to all persons in a state or nation, and ethics is the rule by which a profession regulates action and sets standard for all its members. Law is broken, a violator may be subjected to punishment, a fine or imprisonment, and ethics is if rules are broken, the professional body may subject the violator to law's professional privileges. Law is standard of law and ethics is standard of conduct. Law is many prevent one from causing injury to other, but it can force him to help his neighbor in hours of need. And ethics is helping neighbors is the function of ethics. Law is selling misbranded or adulterated drug is prevented by law. Ethics is selling medicines cheaper rate than that of the fellow pharmacist in his area is not ethical. Next, pharmacist in relation to his job. First, scope of pharmaceutical service. When permits are registered under statutory requirement and opened as a pharmacy, a reasonably comprehensive pharmaceutical service should be provided. This involves the supply of commonly required medicines of this nature without undue delay. Second, conduct of pharmacy. The condition in a pharmacy should be such as to preclude avoidable risk or error or of accidental contamination in the preparation, dispensing and supply of medicines. The appearance of the premise should reflect the professional character of the pharmacy. It should be clear to the public that the practice of pharmacy is carried out in the establishment. Next, handling prescription. It should be received by a pharmacist without any discussion or comment over it regarding the merits and demerits of its therapeutic efficiency. The pharmacist should not even show any expression on his face of alarm. It is not within the privilege of a pharmacist to add, omit, or substitute any ingredient of a prescription without the consent of the prescriber. In case of any obvious error in it due to any omission, incompatibility, or overdosage, the prescription should be referred back to the prescriber for correction or approval of the change suggested. In matter of refilling prescription, a pharmacist should slowly be guided by the instruction of the prescriber, and he should advise patients to use medicine or remedies strictly in accordance with the intention of the physician as noted on the prescription. Fourth, handling of drugs. All possible care should be taken to dispense a prescription correctly by weighing and measuring all ingredients in correct proportion by the help of scale and measures. Visual estimation must be avoidable. Fifth is apprentice pharmacist. While in charge of dispensary, drugstore or hospital pharmacy where apprentice pharmacist admitted for practical training, a pharmacist should see that the trainings are given full facilities for their work so that on the completion of their training they have acquired sufficient technique and skill to make the dependable pharmacist. No certificate or credentials should be granted unless the above creation is attained. Second is the pharmacist in relation to his trade. First, price structure. Price charged from customers should be fair and in keeping the quality and quantity of commodity supplied and the labor and skill required in making it ready for use so as to ensure to the pharmacist taking into consideration his knowledge, skill, the time consumed and the great responsibility involved. Second, fair trade practice. Use of fair means in trade for generating business. In case any order or prescription genuinely intended to the survived by some dispensary is brought by mistake to another, the latter should refuse to accept it and should direct the customer to the right place. Labels, trademarks, and other signs and symbols of contemporaries should not be imitated. Third, purchase of drug. Drugs should always be purchased from genuine and reputable sources. Should not aid or encourage directly or indirectly manufacture, distribution, or sale of spurious or substance drugs. Fourth is the hawking of drug and self-service. Hawking of drug and medicine should not be encouraged, nor should any attempt be. Third is the pharmacist in relation to his profession. Extend a help to fellow pharmacists in emergency need. Should maintain standard for the profession. Should try to weed or corruption in profession and society. He should not be afraid to bringing or accusing a miscreant to be brought to book may be a member of his own profession. Should have up to date knowledge or professional matters. Should have fair knowledge of law related to his profession. Fourth is pharmacist in relation to medical profession. First, limitation of professional activities. Pharmacists under no circumstance take to medical practice, that is, diagnosing drug and prescribing medicine. In emergency, he can give first aid to the person, should not recommended a medical practitioner. Third is a license with a public. Being a license between medical profession people, a pharmacist will always keeping himself update with the modern development of pharmacy by regular trading of books, magazines, etc. And last is the pharmacist oath. I swear by the Code of Ethics of Pharmacy, Council of India, in relation to the community, and shall act as an integral part of healthcare team. I shall uphold the laws and standards governing my profession. I shall strive to project and enlarge my knowledge to contribute the advancement of pharmacy and public health. I shall follow the system which I consider best for pharmaceutical care and counseling of patients. I shall endeavor to discover and manufacture drugs of quality to alleviate suffering of humanity. I shall hold in confidence the knowledge gained about the patient in connection with professional practice and never divulge unless completed to do so by the law. I shall associate with organizations having their objective for betterment of the profession of pharmacy and makes contribution to carry out the work of those organizations. While I continue to keep this oath inviolate may be to granted to me to enjoy life and the practice of pharmacy respected by all at all times. Should I trespass and violate this oath, my reverse be my lot. Thank you.